Hi, I'm Ollie and I'm here with Esther-Jane and Finn from Holy Trinity Cambridge Collective, and we're here to talk about the new album, Season of Singing. I have just come from listening to the entire album in my little office, and I was really enjoying listening to it and worshipping, so I just want to say a massive well done for producing this and for the team. So we're going to be talking now about the title track, Season of Singing. Why don't you tell us a little bit about how that came to be?
Yeah, so the writing of this song really began back in 2021, around about the time COVID and lockdown restrictions were starting to ease a little bit. We'd had quite a long time of not being able to sing together corporately in church, and suddenly we were about to be able to sing together again. This is a really exciting time for us as a church, and I think, as with many people across the world really, I was just really reminded of this amazing passage in Song of Songs, chapter 2. It says, "My beloved spoke and said to me, 'Arise, my darling, my beautiful one, come with me. See, the winter is past, the rains are over and gone. Flowers appear on the earth, the season of singing has come.'" It just felt like this really amazing prophetic message for the season that we were entering into. It was a really exciting time and something we wanted to press into as we were writing together.
And it was a particularly difficult season for churches where we weren't allowed to sing in church. It was actually more of a season of humming. And so how do you go about writing a song that will encourage people to start singing out loud again?
Yeah, I think it was as we were coming out of lockdown, we felt this sense of call to write songs again, giving language to some of the experience that we'd walked through. You know, I think everyone's experience, different churches across the world, their experience of lockdown was different, but for us it was one of not being able to sing. And so it felt like in this song we needed to use language that invited people to enter in again, you know, that we were regathering in person in our churches. And so some of the language, you know, even the opening line is almost like, it's not quite a command, but it's an invitation. Church, arise, look to heaven. And also this just invitation for people to be able to come as they are, bring the burdens in this season of singing, in this gathering song, although it was up-tempo, to make it almost like a safe space for people to just come where they are and for us to come and worship our Saviour. And I think the opening song always needs to be one that's upward focused, and we just landed in this bridge. Alleluia, praise and glory, honor and power is yours. And just to remind that Jesus is always at the center of our worship as a church.
And it was, you know, it is a really upbeat opening track, but it's quite an interesting, you know, arrangement, especially at the beginning. There's a lot of kind of music going on at the beginning. What's going on there?
Yeah, so this was the first song that we recorded on the night of our live recording, and we gave it quite a long instrumental introduction. There's about a minute before any singing actually happens. But we wanted to do this because we wanted to leave a space to put something into the recording that just a little bit different, a little bit interesting. We actually recorded the sound of our prayer meeting, us as a team, before the recording night. We just gathered together, us and a load of other people, to just pray, firstly over the night itself and you know, playing through all the songs, but also for the project as a whole, going out into the world, being released for anyone, anywhere to listen to these songs. Our prayer for this project is that it is a blessing for people, that it helps people encounter Jesus and experience him and be able to see him and worship him. And we wanted to pray over that and to pray over wherever these songs go. And so we recorded that, and we just took that recording and slotted it into the opening of the album. And it's a little detail, it's sort of quite hard to hear, but it's in there, and it's just a really exciting thing of, as you listen to the album, you're being prayed for as you listen to it. And we thought that was just really exciting, just subtle little detail to slip in there.
That's an important detail to know. This whole project is covered in prayer. And so Season of Singing is the name of the album.
Yeah.
So how does that get decided?
Yeah, I feel like we've kind of ummed and ahed, what do you call this album? And I think that a title track really has to encapsulate the whole project. And even as we were writing these songs, we did a project for the 12 months before we recorded the album, where we'd release a song a month. And we actually called that project Songs 2, or IIV 2 verse 12, and that's the season of singing verse. And so it felt like the project begun in this season of singing. But as we've kind of come full circle, we recorded the album and we've been in post-production, actually we really felt like season of singing is still at the heart of this. Our prayer and our hope, and so many of these songs are real, like songs of intercession and prayer of what we want to see God do. And at the heart is we just long for a great awakening in not only our nation, but nations across the world. And what's really amazing about so many revivals in the past is they've always been marked by songs. We could look back, the Great Awakening, we had the Wesleyan hymns, 6,500 hymns that came out of that time, or Azusa Street revival in the early 20th century birthed gospel music, which is still just booming today. And so our prayer is just that as a church, that we would be in this season of singing, that it would almost be this prophetic forerunner as we see revival and as we see renewal, not only in our church and churches across the nation and across the world. So I think this project really felt like it was bookended by season of singing coming out of lockdown, but also our deepest desire to see Jesus, the name above all names, glorified across the nations.
Well, Esther-Jane, Finn, thank you so much for giving us a little insight on how this song came to be. The album Season of Singing is available now to download or stream on all music platforms, so do go and check it out now. But for now, thank you both so much.